Un film de Ridley Scott, Blade Runner, not the sequel. Climactic.
Quite an experience to live in fear, isn't it? That's what it is to be a slave. I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I watched sea beams glitter in the dark near the 10-house gate. All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in rain. Time to die.
Done a man's job, sir. I guess you're through, huh?
Whew. Another one of those bad ones to react to.
Well, that's kind of, there's people have been in the comments saying I talk too much anyway. So, yeah, what do you think?
Great film. Amazing film.
Sublime moment, incredible. Builds with time, really. Like, I think what do you understand of what he's saying when you're young? You know, as much as you can, which is not nothing. But I think as you accrue those moments, and then you hear those words like tears in the rain, and you just go,
great line.
But there's so much going on, you know. It's, you know, I think this is, who knows what version this is from. Probably the director's cut. I think that's probably what most of us are talking about.
Hmm.
Mind you, I've heard some people recently like that. I mean, the only ones that the definitive ones that are available, like the final cut or some one of these. It doesn't really matter, I guess. This scene would pretty much be the same in all of them, except
I mean,
for
I
the
would hope
theatrical.
so.
The theatrical, I think I'd like to see the theatrical because God knows when the voiceover comes in. Hopefully, not straight away.
I think with all the different versions of this film available, the consensus is the theatrical one is not the one to watch.
Yeah, there's a few
There's a few
hardcore people who I think are sticking by their guns. But anyway, like it's a incredible moment in a Hollywood movie to have a villain reveal that he's kind of the hero of the movie. So it's astounding, really. Like in that moment, I'm not sure what Harrison Ford's thinking. I mean, the Kuleshov editing thing works. So it doesn't really matter what Deckard is thinking. His look is blank enough that you're sort of filling it in a good way, But because he could give us a little more of this realization that he had. It could be any number of things, but he's sort of witnessing the death of a legitimate life form with just as much value as his, and seemingly, if we're to believe the Dove, just as much capability for transcendence or a soul, So
Well, that's what I didn't quite. It's only until watching it just now that I kind of went, oh, he's got the nail through the hand as well.
Yeah.
So
Ridley's
so
going for it.
I mean, the dove thing was kind of explicit from the beginning because you just kind of go, where do you get that dove from? And it's such a obvious eye-catching thing, but then you just kind of go, oh, he's got the. Yeah.
Yes.
So there's more. There's more than just the dove.
It's a lot going on, and it's a beautiful, and I think filled with mystery as well, like enigmatic, worth talking about for the rest of your life, really.
Yeah.
In all respects. And Vangelis, the music.
I mean, everything. The one flaw for me in the movie is when he's chasing the one who's a burlesque dancer.
Yeah, and he shoots her.
And he's putting on that stupid accent.
Oh, but no one liked. Well, no, it's a 50-50 whether you like Harrison's silly accents or not.
It to me just sticks out really badly. It's not. It doesn't feel like it's in keeping with the rest of the movie.
I know what you're saying, but and I think you agree. But the creative choices that Ridley Scott has done, because it flopped, right? It flopped big time, and it was 10 years later that he recut it and everyone cared. But still, it was so influential that we can't imagine a future any other way. Blade Runner's future is our future.
I mean,
now that's what he's. Before that, it wasn't that.
That look of the future with those sorts of buildings and the flying
Asian influence as well.
Flying cars.
Yes.
That came from Blade Runner.
Yes.
Like Inner Line.
Eternal
Night, which has been copied by Fifth Element, copied by Star Wars, copied by Back to the Future.
Yes.
And yeah, the whole. Okay, so it was Japanese at the time because Japan was doing great economically when they thought that would be the next superpower. But then, years later, it's turned into China. So even with things like
Looper,
Firefly, even before then,
yes,
they break into Mandarin, I think, or Cantonese. I'm not sure.
Oh, cool.
Like every now and again, that's kind of you go. Oh yeah, the cultures have kind of meshed, but. Yeah, that's kind of all come from it, and just such a spectacular. Even now, even by especially by modern fans, such an amazing looking movie.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like some of those.
But think about the sets.
Yeah,
do you know how big those sets are? It's probably at Pinewood Studios or something like that, or Elstree, one of these British ones, and it's so big. every set is so big and would have worked on it forever and just lived in that world. And I don't know, man.
I'm pretty sure actually those giant colossal lights, the real big fat beams.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you couldn't actually get them anymore after that. Pretty much soon after this movie, because they were so big, and there was something about the bulbs which was hazardous to actually work with. Some sort of horrible old school chemical reaction or something happening there, where I think people who work with those bulbs too much would potentially get sick.
Yes.
And then, you know, so yeah, even things like that. There's so much great stuff in that film. And
what about the contrast between Harrison Ford and Rutger Hauer? Could you get two more essentially different performers? You've got the all-American hero, like obviously, like one of the most charismatic screen performers in the history of the cinema, like easily 100 years. You name me them. Like, you know, Bogart. We're talking a handful. Bogart, you know, Harrison Ford. Like, he is just like incredible. But then to have someone of such contrasting power and as Rutger Hauer, who is so powerful, and he brings this, all the things that I'm going to be very broad here in my stereotyping, but I think he brings everything that a certain kind of American, you know, and us too as Australians, fear. And there's this old world Europe, this lineage of Europe behind him, and he's just got this. He might as well be talking about the Vikings or something, some runes or something like that. Like he's saying that to Deckard's looking at him going, like, you know, just a very, you know, from a very quote unquote young country, you know, very, very different culture. And I love that contrast between those two performers. And he probably was looking at Rutger Hauer just going, what the fuck are you? Even?
I mean, and the way he looks in that movie as well, he's just like, Well, I mean, he looks like he just stepped off of a Viking battle as well.
But it became, that look of the white hair became a look like 20 or so years later. But at the time, that would have been a punkish look, you know, frightening.
Would it be
82?
White Wedding?
Yeah, Billy Idol. I guess
Idol.
That was when it was more corporatized, you know, but still, it would have been, maybe tell us in the comments. There's a lot of people who actually know these things, they can tell us. But also,
we've got a bit
powerful legs, eh? Like, you could see that shot behind, like, you saw his legs, I was like, ooh, nice. Nicely done.
And, you know, especially at this time as well, when, you know, they weren't giving, you know, A-list movie roles to just whoever the biggest steroid junkie is. It kind of really striking, really stood out. There's like severe features with the blonde hair and that build. It was like, great film, and so much imagery from it is
legendary.
Yeah, like the pyramid,
the
eye, the kind of flames shooting up through, like flying over the city.
Yes,
and again, still to this day looks great.
Can I do a little shout out to Edward James Olmos as the other detective guy or whatever he is?
Yeah.
I love him so much, and you need guys like him. You need guys like Edward James Olmos, who again put all this work into his accent, and he's overthought it. He's got all these different things like sort of Hispanic, Chinese, all this stuff. He's done Benicio, like thrown it all in there.
Yeah.
Probably hand-picked everything out, his look and all of that. And he gets the last line of the movie, I think, you know, then again, no one does, or whatever. I think that's...
I mean, I guess it also depends on what version...
what version you have. Like, if you have the happy ending, then maybe not. But...
I wouldn't be too surprised if the origami came from him.
Yeah, probably. And you need guys like him who kind of think they are the lead character, you know? He would have gone into that movie saying, anyway, this movie is about me. And that's why he's great. He did the same shit on Miami Vice. Like, they had some other guy as the captain for like the first few episodes or whatever. He gets fired, and then they bring in Edward James Olmos, and he's doing mad shit straight away. Like, clean desk and like doing shit like, I'm not even going to look at Don Johnson and stuff. Like, you know, like starting beef from day one. Love it.
Just going all in on it.
All in, 1,000%.
That's how you get great stuff.
Yes, you do get great stuff. I'm a huge fan. Like, we focus too much on the negativity. The fact is, unpopular opinion, you do need a certain amount of conflict and negativity to do good work. Sidney Pollack has said all the films he enjoyed working on were turkeys, and the ones he didn't, they were people loved, like Tootsie and stuff. Ridley Scott is a famously sort of conflict-driven director, very strident, and Harrison Ford had a terrible time. I do not care if Harrison Ford had a good time on this movie. It doesn't matter. He has done movies that I'm sure on 6 Days, 7 Nights, he had a great time. No doubt. It's a turkey. Okay?
I don't even remember that movie.
Yeah, well, there you go. So anyway, we could talk forever about this movie. I feel like we should do some of the sequel. Maybe. We'll have a chat about that.
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right.